Wildlife has lived on Earth long before humans appeared. Every place on the planet, from the tallest mountain to the deepest ocean, is home to living creatures. Together, they create balance and help life continue. Forests, rivers, seas, grasslands, deserts, and icy lands are all filled with animals and plants that depend on one another. Humans are also part of this system, even if sometimes people forget it. If wildlife disappears, human life will also be in danger because everything on Earth is connected. Wildlife means all living things, not only big and famous animals. It includes birds, fish, reptiles, insects, and even tiny creatures that cannot be seen with the eye. A bee that pollinates flowers is just as important as a tiger in the jungle. A worm that makes the soil healthy is as important as an elephant in the forest. Each creature has a role, and when even one disappears, the balance begins to break. Forests are a good example. Trees clean the air and give out oxygen for all living things to breathe. Birds spread seeds so that new trees can grow. Insects pollinate plants so fruits and vegetables appear. Grazing animals eat grass and keep it trimmed, while predators keep the number of grazers under control so they do not destroy the plants. Even the fungi under the soil have a job, breaking down old leaves and wood into nutrients that help new plants grow. When one part of this system is removed, the rest begins to suffer. If pollinators like bees and butterflies disappear, plants will not produce food. If predators vanish, grazers will eat too much grass, and soon nothing will be left. When forests are cut down, soil dries up, rivers shrink, and deserts spread. The oceans show the same balance. Small plankton floating near the surface of the water produce most of the oxygen people breathe. Coral reefs provide homes for fish, and fish feed millions of people around the world. Large predators like sharks keep the populations of smaller fish balanced, while seagrasses and mangroves protect coastlines from erosion. When corals die because of pollution or warming, the fish disappear, and people lose their food and income. When predators are killed, smaller animals multiply too quickly and destroy other life in the sea. The health of oceans is directly linked to the health of the planet. Even deserts and dry lands, which may look empty, are full of life. Reptiles, insects, and birds live there, each adapted to survive heat and dryness. These creatures also help control pests, spread seeds, and provide food for one another. But when deserts grow larger because of tree cutting, overgrazing, or climate change, people lose farmland, water sources dry up, and communities are forced to leave their homes. The polar regions are just as important. Ice reflects sunlight and helps keep the Earth cool. Polar animals live on the ice and depend on it for survival. When ice melts, not only do these creatures lose their homes, but sea levels rise and flood cities and farmland. Protecting polar wildlife is really about protecting the entire world's climate. Sadly, wildlife is under serious threat. The biggest danger comes from the destruction of habitats. Forests are cut down for farms, buildings, and roads. Rivers are blocked or polluted. Wetlands are drained to make space for cities. When these natural areas disappear, the animals and plants that depend on them have no place to go. Another major problem is hunting and poaching. Animals are killed for their skin, horns, tusks, or meat. Others are taken as pets or for trade. These practices push many species closer to extinction. When predators are removed, prey animals multiply too much, eat all the plants, and destroy balance. Pollution also harms wildlife. Plastics fill rivers and seas, trapping and choking animals. Chemicals from factories poison water and soil. Oil spills ruin coasts for decades. Smoke and gases from cars and factories pollute the air, making both humans and animals sick. Climate change, caused mostly by burning fossil fuels, makes all these problems worse. Species that live in cold areas cannot survive when the temperature rises. Melting glaciers destroy homes for polar animals. Changing rainfall brings droughts in some places and floods in others. For many animals, these changes are too fast to adapt to, and they disappear. Protecting wildlife is not only about saving animals, it is about protecting life on Earth, including human life. Wildlife provides food, water, clean air, and even medicine. Many modern medicines come from plants and natural compounds found in the wild. Tourism and nature activities also bring jobs and money to many countries. Beyond physical needs, wildlife also gives people joy and inspiration. Watching birds fly, listening to waves in the ocean, or seeing a herd of animals move across a plain gives humans a sense of peace and wonder. Losing this connection would make the world emptier. There are many ways to protect wildlife. One of the most important is to protect natural habitats. National parks, reserves, and protected seas allow animals to live safely. Expanding these areas and taking care of them ensures that ecosystems remain healthy. Restoring damaged places is also necessary. Planting trees, cleaning rivers, and protecting coasts help life return. Reducing pollution is another step. Recycling, using less plastic, keeping chemicals out of rivers, and switching to clean energy like solar or wind reduce damage to the environment. Planting trees helps capture carbon dioxide and fight climate change. Conserving water and energy in homes and schools also makes a difference. Education is powerful. When people, especially children, understand why wildlife matters, they grow up with respect and responsibility. Schools, communities, and media can share information to raise awareness. Knowing that every piece of waste thrown away, every tree cut without replacement, and every river polluted has an effect on wildlife encourages people to make better choices. Wildlife can also be protected through sustainable economies. Ecotourism allows people to visit natural areas without harming them. Local communities earn money by protecting forests, rivers, and seas rather than destroying them. Sustainable farming and fishing methods allow humans to eat while giving species time to recover and reproduce. These approaches create long-term benefits instead of short-term profit that causes permanent damage. Because animals move across lands, seas, and skies, protection cannot happen in one country alone. Birds migrate across continents. Whales travel through oceans, and rivers cross national borders. International cooperation is needed so that species are safe wherever they go. Agreements between countries and global conservation programs allow for stronger action and protection. Technology also plays a role. Satellites can watch over forests to detect illegal cutting. Drones can monitor endangered species. Scientists can use modern tools to study migration and breeding patterns. These methods provide knowledge to act quickly before species disappear. But technology cannot replace human responsibility. The will to act and the choice to respect nature remain the most important factors. Every individual can help. Planting native trees, saving water, using less electricity, avoiding products made from endangered animals, and supporting wildlife groups all add up. Even small actions, like cleaning up local parks or teaching others about wildlife, contribute to the bigger effort. Millions of people making small changes together create a huge impact. There are also hopeful stories that prove change is possible. Species once close to extinction have recovered because of protection. Whales that were hunted almost to disappearance are returning to the seas. Certain birds and mammals have been reintroduced into areas where they had vanished, and ecosystems have started to heal. Coral restoration projects have brought fish back to reefs. These examples show that with care and effort, humans can undo some of the damage and bring life back. The future of wildlife depends on the choices people make today. Every decision about food, energy, waste, and land use has an effect on animals and ecosystems. Destroying one forest or polluting one river may seem small, but each act adds to a bigger problem that affects the whole planet. Protecting wildlife means ensuring clean air, safe water, fertile soil, and a stable climate. It means ensuring that children and future generations can still see forests full of birds, seas full of fish, and skies filled with migrating flocks. Wildlife is not separate from humans. It is the base of life itself. Protecting it is not only an act of kindness, but also a necessity. Forests, rivers, oceans, deserts, and polar regions are all part of one system. Without them, Earth would not be able to support life. With them, it remains rich, beautiful, and balanced. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest whale, plays a part in keeping the world alive. The responsibility to protect them belongs to everyone, and in doing so, people protect themselves and the planet they call home.